Hello students. In today's video, we are going to study functions of autonomic nervous system. Now, as we all know, autonomic nervous system controls all the involuntary functions of the body. That is, functions that are not performed as per our wish. Now, autonomic nervous system is so named as it regulates all those functions of the body that are performed automatically, that is without the conscious efforts of a person. So, autonomic nervous system controls all the functions that are mediated by smooth muscles, cardiac muscles and glands. Now here it is essential to understand that smooth muscles are found in all the visceral organs, that is internal organs of the body. Like smooth muscles are found in the wall of stomach, lungs, liver, uterus, urinary bladder, etc. While cardiac muscles are found in the wall of heart and are required for the pumping action of the heart. Now besides this, exocrine glands, they secrete digestive juices. Like for example, salivary gland produces saliva. So, autonomic nervous system controls body processes like digestion, metabolism, breathing, urination, heartbeat, etc. Now, autonomic nervous system is further divided into sympathetic nervous system, in short SNS, and parasympathetic nervous system, in short parasympathetic nervous system is known as PNS. So, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system together control all the involuntary functions of the body. So, in this video, we are going to study functions of sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. The two systems work together so as to maintain a balance or homeostasis in the body. The two systems ensure that the body responds appropriately to different situations. Now, sympathetic nervous system prepares the body for action and it keeps the body alert. It is predominantly active during dangerous or stressful situations. Like for example, it speeds up the heart rate, improving blood supply to different parts of the body. It increases the release of glucose from liver, providing extra energy to the body. It also increases oxygen supply to body tissues. So, sympathetic nervous system prepares the body to deal with the stress. And thus, sympathetic nervous system regulates fight or flight response of the body. On the other hand, parasympathetic nervous system relaxes. It relaxes our body after a period of stress or danger. It controls the body's ability to relax. It regulates rest and digestion responses of the body. It helps maintain daily functions like our resting heart rate, metabolism, breathing rate, etc. And it essentially keeps our body relaxed. Now here you should also know that sympathetic nervous system is also known as thoracolumbar outflow, while parasympathetic nervous system is also known as craniosacral outflow. Now sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, they connect central nervous system with each and every organ of the body, and they transport information from central nervous system to body organs, and as per the information received, body organs, they produce the response. Now look at this chart here. Now this diagram shows sympathetic nervous system, in short SNS, and parasympathetic nervous system, in short PNS. Now, the parasympathetic nervous system is here represented by the blue color, and the sympathetic nervous system is represented here by the red color. Now, as you can see here in this diagram, now sympathetic nervous system as well as parasympathetic nervous system, they have two neurons. This is the first neuron and this is the second neuron. So they have two neurons between the central nervous system and the target or the effector organs. Now these neurons, both these neurons are motor or efferent neurons that collect information from the central nervous system, and then that information is transported to the body organs. The first neuron is the preganglionic neuron and the second neuron is the postganglionic neuron. Now preganglionic neuron collects information from the central nervous system. Now this neuron forms a synapse with the postganglionic neuron, and the information from the preganglionic neuron is transported to the postganglionic neuron, and the postganglionic neuron further conducts or further transports this information or impulses to the target organs of the body, and depending upon the information received, these organs, they produce their response. Now the neurons, they transmit information from the central nervous system to the body organs by the release of a chemical called as the neurotransmitter. So this ACH, the full form is acetylcholine, and NE, the full form is norepinephrine. So acetylcholine and the norepinephrine are the neurotransmitters that are released in the autonomic nervous system. Now norepinephrine, in short NE, this norepinephrine is also known as noradrenaline. Now this norepinephrine is usually the neurotransmitter that is released by the sympathetic postganglionic neuron at the target organ, while acetylcholine, in short ACH, is the neurotransmitter that is released by the activation of parasympathetic nervous system on the target organ. So sympathetic nervous system produces its action by the release of norepinephrine. So we can say that the actions of norepinephrine are the actions of sympathetic nervous system, while parasympathetic nervous system produces its action by the release of acetylcholine. So actions of acetylcholine are the actions of parasympathetic nervous system. Now let's study functions or effects of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system stimulation on different organs of the body. So look at this table. In this table, we have tabulated some important functions of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Now, in most of the cases, actions of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system are opposite to each other. Now, first let's study the effect on heart. Now, as we all know, wall of the heart is made up of cardiac muscles, and sympathetic stimulation gives fight or flight response. So sympathetic stimulation increases heart rate, thereby increasing supply of blood to the body tissues. Now besides this, cardiac muscles contract more forcefully, so force of contraction of cardiac muscles increases. Then coronary arteries. Coronary arteries are the blood vessels that supply blood to the cardiac muscles of the heart. So sympathetic stimulation produces vasodilation, and vasodilation causes dilation of the coronary arteries, and supply of blood to the cardiac muscles increases. So they contract more forcefully. On the contrary, parasympathetic stimulation reduces the heart rate, force of contraction of cardiac muscles also reduce. Now in addition to this, parasympathetic stimulation produces vasoconstriction of the coronary arteries. Coronary arteries constrict, their diameter, their effective diameter reduces. Now sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system coordinate with each other, and thus they maintain a balance or homeostasis in the body, and this is how normal heart rate is maintained at 72 beats per minute. Next is the effect on eyes. Now sympathetic stimulation increases alertness, so pupil is dilated, dilation of the pupil is called as mydriasis, and in addition to this, the eye is accommodated for distant vision. That means the eye is accommodated for far vision that further increases the alertness. On the contrary, due to parasympathetic stimulation, pupil is constricted. This is known as miosis, and the eye is accommodated for the near vision. Then the effect on trachea, bronchi and bronchioles. Sympathetic stimulation produces bronchodilation. So bronchial smooth muscles are relaxed, and trachea, bronchi and bronchioles, they dilate, widening the airway and facilitating the process of breathing. On the contrary, parasympathetic stimulation produces bronchoconstriction. Then effect on salivary and gastric glands. Now, as we know, the parasympathetic stimulation, it gives the digestion and relaxed responses. So parasympathetic stimulation increases the secretion of saliva and gastric juices, thereby promoting the digestion. On the contrary, sympathetic stimulation reduces the secretion of saliva and the gastric juices. Then the effect on stomach and intestine. Parasympathetic stimulation also increases peristaltic movements in the stomach as well as intestine, and this increases the digestion, while sympathetic stimulation reduces peristalsis. Then effect on kidneys. Now sympathetic stimulation reduces secretion of urine, while parasympathetic stimulation increases the secretion of urine. Then effect on liver and gallbladder. Now sympathetic stimulation reduces the secretion of bile. On the contrary, parasympathetic stimulation enhances digestion, and secretion of bile from the liver also increases. Now besides this, as more energy is required to deal with stress, sympathetic stimulation causes increased conversion of glycogen to glucose in the liver. So more energy is released from the liver. Now very important, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, they work together so as to maintain a balance or homeostasis in the body. So these systems, they work together to maintain normal heart rate, normal breathing rate. They regulate the metabolism, digestion, urination and all the other functions of the body. So this is all about the functions of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So if you find the video useful, kindly like, subscribe and share this video. Thanks for watching this video.